Hey, welcome back, crypto family. Today we'll be talking about what is cryptocurrency. In this, we will go over the definition, we'll go for a real world analogy, how's cryptocurrency used in the real world, and as well as how's crypto even like stocks. Alrighty, let's get going. Alright, let's just start this off with the basic definition of what is cryptocurrency. Cryptocurrency is a digital form of money that exists only online and uses complicated mathematics. To keep it safe and hard to fake, computers all around the world help keep track of who owns what by recording everything in a special digital notebook called a blockchain. Decentralized, meaning that there is no bank or government in charge. Decentralized is how crypto basically started. Um, in fact, crypto, it's like I always call it fake money. It's fake money. It's fake money. Now, centralized. Centralized is one. It is created and ran by a company, bank, and or government. So, cryptocurrency nowadays, it's more centralized than it is decentralized. Don't get me wrong. There is still decentralized crypto. However, the adoption of any money regulation is going to be centralized. So if the government can't get their share of it, of course, they're not going to want you to have decentralized, which is kind of a problem now in the crypto community. However, I think it's best to just say we're happy to even have crypto. But as future tense goes, decentralized will be more so on the back end. Uh, Rather than now it's centralized. And we'll talk more about that later on in a couple videos, but I just want you to kind of get a figuration of, by definition, what crypto is, and how it can coexist with real money in a sense. Because, I mean, hey, the money you have in a bank is real money. I mean, um, but we'll talk about that later. We'll talk about that later. Now, as a real world analogy, imagine cryptocurrency like digital gold in a giant shared notebook. Picture a global notebook, aka the blockchain. So the blockchain is the global notebook that anyone can see, but no one can secretly change. So let's just say that, hey, we're passing this notebook around, putting money in there, da, 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 you have this, you have that, and let's just say Johnny says, hey, you know, I made $50,000. He tries to write it in there, even scratch it out, or it might be an empty space, and he tries to write it in. Well, next person gets in is like, this is not right because, in a sense, they had the digital notebook already. They already know what's on there. So every time someone sends or receives this digital gold, which we can say is like Bitcoin or any other digital currency, that transaction gets written in the notebook permanently. Instead of a bank writing it down, millions of computers around the world check and agree that it's real. There's no cheating, there is no erasing. So, in a sense, with this notebook, we're using a pen. Okay, we're writing down with a pen. And if, let's just say, Johnny or Frederica says, like, you know, aka the hacker, decides to try to cross it out and write it down, well, that's an system denied. It's not letting it happen. It's not letting it slide. It doesn't matter how many computers you hack. It doesn't matter how you hack it, what time you try to hack into the mainframe. No matter if you try to beat it and put in a bug, it's just not going to work. Using cryptocurrency, it's kind of like magic internet tokens, okay? They're all verified by math and teamwork instead of bank and paper. So this is not traditional old school sense. This is why I say the new age money or fiat system, quote unquote, it is already aligned to take over with cryptocurrency. It's almost like they already knew this was going to happen, so they just said, hey, let's make digital money, have digital assets, and then boom, cryptocurrency. Okay. Now, let's go on to our next slide where we talk about cryptocurrency in the real world. Okay, so one, you have buying stuff, two, investing, three, sending money across borders, four, playing games and NFTs, and five, decentralized finance. Now, let's go by each one, okay? Buying stuff. You're going to say, how can I use cryptocurrency in the real world? And this is a multitude of ways. As you see, you can do stores, website, apps like crypto.com, Coinbase. You can literally put it on a card into the fiat banking uh, account. But with buying stuff on in the real world as well, there are certain stores that, hey, you come in, hey, you got a Bugatti. Let's just say it's worth 3 Bitcoins, and you own 3 Bitcoins. Some stores will literally take just the Bitcoin. You can just send it to one of their accounts. You also have places like Wendy's that is now contracted with Shiba Inu. Shiba Inu has contracts with certain stores and fast food restaurants where you can actually use your cryptocurrency. Okay. Now, don't get me wrong. This has been out for a while, so this is nothing new. This is not even close to being new. It's just more common. Let's put it that way. It's more common. Now, investing, kind of like, how can I invest with crypto? Okay. Um, and this is a multitude of ways you can use your crypto and, in a sense, invest in more crypto. Let's say I'm buying Bitcoin, I buy more Bitcoin. I put it into a staking account, or some ETFs, or all ETFs are in a sense crypto based and stock market hashed, but you can use it that way. There are certain firms now that accept crypto and will use it to multiply your money. You have a better return rate with crypto than you would if you used the stock market. I won't get into that, but you would, or you have a better return if you leave your money in a staking portfolio crypto rather than leave it in the bank. You might get 1.5%, sometimes max, but in crypto, it's up to the market of what happened. So let's just say Mudang went up 172% the other day. That's just the day, you know. But you also have times where it goes down 30%. It goes down 200%, depending on the coin, the cryptocurrency that you're using. So it's very lucrative on that aspect. Now, as we're talking about sending money across borders, I really like this part because this is not traditional anymore. This is not where I have to go to Walmart or I have to go to my bank. I have to use my banking app. I have to wait hours and hours. No, depending on what cryptocurrency I use, you can get it instantly, hand down. And that is why I like Ripple, XRP. We'll get into that way later, but that will become our new. Let's not even talk about it. Let's just get back aboard. Sending money across borders, it can go instantly. It's faster. It's, of course, a lot cheaper than sending with the banks. You have certain cryptos where, I mean, hey, if I send you a tether, if I send you 300,000 on tether, who's to say tether might take, less than 2%, maybe even less than that. It's remarkable. It's just great. Playing games and FTs. I have a couple games on my phone where I am earning Bitcoin, or in a sense, it's like a hash rate, and you earn from that. There are certain apps as well, like, let me pull it up for you so you can see, or rather, I can tell you. Because, I put it, if I am, let's just say, at a huge concert, everyone there, of course, everyone there has at least LTE 5G. Their phones are going to ping off of it. But it's so many people that it's slow. It is hard to ping off of that. Well, let's just say I'm not really using my phone, but in a sense, I can set it up as an antenna using the Nodal app. And each time someone pings off of it and sends it up to the satellite, and it pings from the satellite and sends it to your phone or device, or even flexing off the Wi-Fi, doesn't matter. I'm getting a revenue from it. I'm getting crypto from it. That noodle I can exchange for something else like fiat cash. I can exchange it for Bitcoin. I can exchange it for XRP. I can exchange it for Shibu. I mean, it's hands down amazing. And it makes money almost, I wouldn't say, a lot easier to gain, because it takes a lot to just get a certain amount, but it's possible. As well as like NFTs. NFTs are digital art for NFTs. With NFTs, you can also have developer codes behind that. It's lucrative. It's very lucrative. So this part I'll try. I'm not trying to really get into it because I can go way into it. I mean, there's so much of it. It's just as playing games and NFTs to earn Bitcoin. You got GTA 6 coming out that you're going to literally earn money, or you can spend it in the real world, or you can order things on GTA 6 will come into the real world using your Bitcoin, using your cryptocurrency, using RUSD, using XRP, using HBAR, Shibu. I mean, hands down, the world is going to be so different. Um, Now, centralized finance. This part is almost like a banking system. However, of course, you see decentralized. Um, there are certain cryptos out there that you can stake into, and in a sense, it's almost giving loans out to the banks, giving loans out to people who are creating the games, the NFTs. They're these decentralized assets by using other decentralized assets. So let's say I have 5 Bitcoins, and let's just say I'm making this revolutionary game. Let's say I'm making GTA 6. You know, I'm like, hey, I don't want to pull from my Bitcoin because I know Bitcoin's going to go up. So instead, I'm going to go to one of the DeFi DeFi financial systems, take out a loan from them using the current value of Bitcoin now, and that for later they're holding my Bitcoin. And it's, you know what I'm saying? What we're saying with this, it's like having gold. It's almost like having gold right now, right? And I'm saying, hey, I know you say I got 5 blocks of gold, but I do not want to touch my gold. Instead, I'd rather use your gold. Okay, so now you give me 2 blocks of gold, and you say, well, we're gonna put your 2 blocks to the side because just in case you don't pay me back, I can take those. But I know later on the gold is gonna be worth more. So even though I'm giving you this gold right now, this is what you're gonna pay me back, regardless. It doesn't. The value does not go up or down because this is the standpoint of the gold I'm giving to you now. Rather, when we're putting your gold to the side, if gold goes up and you don't pay me back, well, thanks. You just pay me back with interest. You know where I'm going with this now? Now we have like DeFi apps and stuff as well, which is more so like Crypto.com. Coinbase does not count as DeFi app at all. Does not count as a DeFi app because a DeFi app is not decentralized. Coinbase is centralized. It is centralized. Get that through your mind. Coinbase is centralized. Okay. With the DeFi, I would like to also cover that on a separate topic because, as you see, we can go into it for a long time. Let's just cover this step by step, as baby steps. I want to lead you into the baby steps. All right. All right. So this part I've had to do quite a times because I want to make it as clear cut and dry to you as possible. Is crypto like stocks? Yes, crypto is kind of like stocks, but there are some major differences. And let's dig into it. So similarities both can go up and down. You can buy and sell both, and both are part of a financial ecosystem. So, I mean, since they kind of operate the same, kind of, you know, with a uh, crypto exchange is mainly ETFs, crypto market. With the stock exchange, it's mainly stocks. They're kind of bleeding ETFs and stock exchange, but crazy part is with the crypto exchanges, they're bleeding in ETFs and stocks. So it's very lucrative on that part. But we can all say that you can buy, sell, regardless, hands down, buy, sell. Differences. Stock represents ownership in the real company. Okay, whereas crypto is like owning digital token, aka piece of the money pot. That's the best way to put it. A piece of the money pot. And it's not necessarily tied to the company. It is, but it's not. It's more so, like I said, the money pot. Now, there are cryptocurrencies out there that are just projects or something to do with network or the digital utility aspect. But it's once again, you're not owning actually any of that, so you don't get a say so on nothing. You get no say so, but you get some money. Just and then you get some money. Okay, that's what we're gonna need to stick with. Now, stocks are regulated by the government, follow very strict rules, whereas crypto is mostly unregulated or sometimes lightly regulated, depending if it's an ETF or even XRP, Ripple. Many of you know that whole case that was going on. It's bleeding off. It's been dropped, but it's bleeding off, and we'll see the positive effects soon. But anyway, back to what we talking about in the sense of it could be volatile. So right now, XRP is trading about I think 250 on the dot. But once the case is fully bled off, the government accepts it. Who knows, $10, $100, thousand. By the end of the year, we're just talking about the end of the year here. Okay, so as well as okay, so stocks generate dividends. All right, and in the sense you get something sometimes annually, quarterly, whatever. So where cryptocurrencies don't, as the value is going strictly up, down, up, down. I mean, you don't. Only time you get like a dividend is when you're pulling your profit, but that's not an actual dividend. That's not what we're talking about. Stocks where you get something quarterly, annually. This is just money going up by percentage. All right. So for our final slide, why are governments adopting crypto? It's so much on why they're adopting crypto. Bitcoin mainly is the main wide adoption because of the cost, because of being able to tell that hey, it's going back up, it's going to shoot up, and with money already being digitalized, it's more so like this was already in place. Uh, it's just time. It was time. Uh, I mean, every government around the world, every uh, state almost in the United States is making a Bitcoin reserve. Texas is pushing to make a book. When Texas pushes strongly against, not against, but with something that previously they stood so strong against, it's gonna go happen. It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen 10 times stronger. The United States has a Bitcoin reserve now, and it's still building on it. Our president is the fifth largest crypto holder in the world. If you know governments, I have to be very careful if I say with this. If you know governments, whatever in the sense they hold strong of, like the United States, of a war. Warmongering is how we make money. What if it was a different way of how we make money, right? Our president is the fifth largest holder of not just Bitcoin, crypto overall. He's the fifth largest holder in the world, behind BlackRock as a whole corporation, aka family corporation. But he's like right behind them. It's already set in stone. Uh, the only thing is if you're going to be in there or not, or you're going to be like the governments, or you're going to say, well, government's always wrong. Because one thing about it, regardless if the world gets destroyed tomorrow, this is no longer the United States. There's going to be a government. There's going to be a hierarchy above you, above me, above everything. And it's just a matter of time of what happens, right? So Bitcoin is very widely adopted already. XRP, Ripple, everyone always leaves with XRP. XRP is the coin, but Ripple, the company, is going to be it's already buddy with the United States. It's already buddy with the financial backing system. It's already buddy with so much, but the feds didn't want to push it through. Why? Because they want to make sure this thing works. Time after time after time after time after time after time after time, it has proven. They have proven themselves. Crypto has proven itself. The dollar is going to die off one day. This is history. World War One, World War Two, before our time. The Mayans, like way. Spaniards, like coins die, dollars die, value dies. There's something that replaces it. With America being America, we already know it's a corporation before it's a country. It's always going to be a corporation. They see these things before and already have places and plans. Why do you think our president is the fifth largest holder? It's already set in stone. So, that being said, hope you enjoyed this video. The next video, I plan to cover, different ways to accumulate crypto, as far as like crypto stock exchanges, some of the best crypto platforms for like a rookie and professionals, um, as well as what is a bull and bear market. I want to show you what that looks like, and in a sense, just how to really pay attention on what's going to happen. As well as I want to touch bases with Web3. We probably won't go deep into it, but it's a part of crypto, and it's a very, it's going to be part of your life one day. Like, hands down, everything you do is going to be touching something of Web3. Your phone might touch Web3. Everything you do is going to be Web3. But we'll touch that in the next video. Until next time, thank you guys. See you later.